Hi and welcome to this video on getting a property ready for the visual assets. So whether that's photos, videos, 360 virtual tours, it doesn't matter. If you're getting a property ready for marketing, then this video is for you. Now, who am I to talk to you about it? I'm Paul Dovell. I am the founder of Landlord Photography, a UK-based property photography company. We cover most of the UK. And we are specialist property photographers and visual asset providers. So we do photography, video, 360 virtual tours, etc. And we respond to what our clients want. So we like to move with the market. Now, why is it important you prepare your properties? Well, whether you use us or anybody else, your photographer is a photographer. They are not a magician. So there is only so much they can do in the photos to make your property look great. And if you make their job easy for them, they are going to give you better visual assets that's going to get you more click-throughs on the portals, and it's going to get your property either filled or sold, whatever you're trying to do, quicker and possibly even for a better price. You're going to the expense of getting a professional property photographer in, so why not make sure you get the most out of that? So in this guide I should say, is available on our website. So just go to landlordphotography.co.uk and it's on the website, and we'll show you the website address in a bit anyway. So landlordphotography.co.uk and you can download a copy of this guide, not a problem. But I'm going to talk you through this guide today. So this guide is all about getting your property ready to get the photos, videos, 360, whatever you're having, done. Okay, and these are tips that you might think are really obvious, and I'm teaching you how to suck eggs, but you'll be amazed how many times we go out to properties and these things just are not done. So cleaning and tidying the property throughout, decluttering it, make it clean, clean windows, wipe all surfaces down, remove cobwebs, just make the property look nice, clean and inviting. Okay, and with the decluttering, it's about depersonalizing as well. So if, for example, on your mantelpiece you've got that sculpture, or call it what you like, that Aunt Ethel gave you last Christmas that you feel obliged to leave out, well, maybe this is a reason not to. Okay, you want to make your property be appealing to as many people as possible. So what we find is removing personalizations is a way of doing that. Otherwise you're going to be really slimming down your market. Also as well, think about if you've got photos of children around the property, because they will be captured within the visual assets that are being created, and they're then going to go on the internet, for example. So if you're comfortable with those photos going up on the internet, that's fine, but just be aware that that's going to happen. And if you're not so comfortable, you might just want to remove those photos of children, etc. Also as well, with the depersonalizing, in bathrooms and kitchens, the advice you're going to get may vary. Some people tell you to leave it look really lived in. Other people will tell you to strip out everything. Others will tell you to go somewhere in the middle, and I would go somewhere in the middle. So if we look at that photo there on the guide, we've just got a few bits and pieces. The kitchen's been really cleaned and tidied, and we just got some plants, some fruit, and some other bits down the end here, and we've got oven gloves, etc. on the doors of the ovens. So we haven't stripped it back completely, but what's been done is a few things have been left in just to make it look like a lived-in kitchen, even if it's a very tidy lived-in kitchen. And I'd suggest you do the same thing with bathrooms as well. There's nothing wrong with leaving one or two well-colour coordinated bottles and towels and things in the bathroom to give it a splash of colour, but obviously just make sure it's all a bit colour coordinated. So here, in this house at the bottom, it's got this nice long dining table, and it seats 8 people comfortably. So why not show that by setting the dining table? Okay, so people can imagine living there. They can imagine having a dinner party with 8 people comfortably. They can imagine being in that kitchen and still be able to talk to their guests. It's about creating that lifestyle. Actually, that's a good point. Number 8 there. Fridge magnets, business cards, doctor's appointment cards that are on the front of your fridge. You might want to consider moving them and other things like that. And any just general pots of clutter that you've got with keys, etc., you can move those as well. Now, bathrooms are a pain for a photographer at the best of times. Lots of shiny surfaces, lots of mirrors, in quite often small spaces. So try and make the job easier for your photographer if you can. So again, clean very well. Try and get all watermarks, lime scale. If you're in a hard water area, for example, try and get all the watermarks off of things because they will show up. And if you can accent a bathroom with some nice colours which complement it, brilliant. Okay, because a lot of bathrooms can be a bit bland because quite often got white tiles and white fittings. So if you can then add some colouring, that's really going to help. Toilet seats down, toilet rolls. Again, this is a bit like for kitchens, whether you should leave things in them or not. We always say in bathrooms, have toilet rolls on toilet roll holders. To me, an empty toilet roll holder just looks silly. So what you want to do is put a toilet roll on it, and maybe then do what they do in hotels, put a nice little point on the bottom of the toilet roll, because it then also looks like you intentionally did it, you intentionally left it there, it wasn't an oversight or a mistake. So that's what we would recommend, how you set up the property. You can also look at moving furniture in rooms to create flow and also declutter them. If you've got too much furniture in a room, it's just going to make the room look small. No matter what lens the photographer uses to try and make it look a bit bigger, it's still going to look a bit small. However, be careful with that, because if you're going to leave marks on carpets, etc., that can be worse than just leaving it where it is. So just be a bit sensible. And then make sure you move and hide cables, door stops, magazines under beds, etc. Actually, while I'm talking about under beds, make sure you clean under the beds, because the position a lot of photographers are going to go into is going to mean that you are going to see underneath the beds. So if you've got a load of dust, dirt and clutter under there, they're going to be in the shots. So you really want to try and move those. Curtains and blinds. Now, we don't always say fully open curtains, we don't always say fully open blinds, because sometimes it can give you a splash of colour in the room and it can really add to it. So you've got to make a judgment call. But what you do want to do is make sure you've got plenty of light coming in. TVs, monitors, computer screens, whatever, I always say turn them off. Some people will tell you to leave them switched on to show lifestyle. That's fine if you want to do that. Personally, I'd always turn them off, because again, you don't want to alienate anyone. Now, you would hope that nobody would decide to buy or not buy a property because of what the current owners have on the TV, but why take that risk? Pets. Remove all evidence of pets in the photos, because you may be a dog lover, you may be a cat lover, a spider lover, a snake lover, whichever your pet is, but the people buying your property may not be. They may be. Brilliant. You can have a nice conversation with them about your pets when they come round. But if they're not, why take that risk? Now, if they've got an allergy to pets, and they can't go into a property that, say, had a dog in it, well, they should be asking you or the agent that before they go through the door. But, for example, me personally, if I saw photos of a house, even if I thought it was my dream house, if it had snakes and spiders in it, then I may well not go and view that property, and I might be your perfect buyer. So just remove that evidence. So we've talked about inside making it look tidy. Well, the same with the outside as well. If you're lucky enough to have an outside, that is a major selling point to a property. So make the most of it. So make sure the grass is nicely cut, the garden's been well weeded, and it's nice and tidy. Now, at certain times of the year, it can be a bit difficult with gardens, and getting some colour in gardens can be a bit tricky. But try and do as much as you can. Bins. I never ceases to amaze me how many marketing shots I see of properties that have got wheelie bins in them. Just don't do it. Just move them. And also as well, you may want to check with your photographer and make them aware of what day is bin day in your street, because they may choose to not want to come and do your photo shoot on bin day. So that's a conversation worth having with your photographer. And it's not just outside though, it's inside as well. There aren't many photogenic bins. There may be some, but not many. So you might just want to hide those out of the way. Vehicles on driveways. They're not buying your car, they're buying the house. So show them the house, not your car. And because it will also may make your driveway look a bit more spacious. So a lot of this I've been saying about taking things away. Well, actually, you might also want to put some things in. So inject some colour into the property. You know, in the kitchen you can have a carafe of coffee. In a room you can have a bunch of flowers. In bathrooms you can have colourful towels and bottles. In bedrooms you can have throws and cushions. There's lots of things that you can do to inject some colour. So one, it makes it look more inviting, but two, it also makes the photos pop a bit more, and it makes the jump off the page, and it may well get you more click-throughs on the portals as well, because it's a more interesting photo, and it'll make it stand out from the crowd. And that's ultimately what we're trying to do with these photos, is make your property stand out from the crowd. So once you have prepared the property, it's worth walking around the property. It's worth maybe even getting a friend to help you, and just because you may not be able to see some obvious issues, so somebody else who's a bit more neutral may be able to see some obvious issues with the property. So have another look round. So that's pretty much everything we want to cover. But just to recap, tidy the property inside and out, inject colour, and you're pretty much there. Okay, so if you want to know more about us or download a copy of this guide, then just come to that website address there, landlordphotography.co.uk, and you can get a copy of this guide. There's also got our contact details there, so you can get in touch with us if you've got any questions. If you want us to come and do your shoots or anything like that, feel free to get in touch with us. If you're a property professional and you're doing photos yourself and you think you need some more photography training, then that's fine. Go to that link there, or you'll find it on the website as well. And we offer training too. All our contact details are here, so the website and our email address down the bottom. So you can get in touch with us, that means, as well. I hope you found this video interesting, and maybe we found some little pointers that are going to help you to shift your properties a bit quicker for a better price. That's the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching.